Welcome to this Sunday night's Overwatch. It is me, your caster Hodahori. I will be joined later here by Ad, who will be my color commentator today for this match between Rinse and Shine and WSOL. Let's take you to the game preview, and it will be a best of 4 today, and it will be held on Numbani, Lijiang Tower, Horizon Lunar Colony, and Route 66. For those who are unaware, this is a first to 3. The winner of 3 maps of the 4 is declared the winner, but we will play all 4 maps. In the case of a tiebreaker, we will be going to Oasis as our 5th and final map. So let's take a look at the overall standings here. Going into week 2 of stage 3, it is Microsoft Excelsior who lead the top of the pack with a 12-2 record and a plus 35 differential. Deadlock Gang are in the middle of a fight right now with Los Muertos. Last I heard, it was 2-1 Los Muertos as they are trying to hold on to second spot. WSOL, who is in this match here, are third overall with an 11-3 record, and Rinse and Shine are 7-7 and just outside of the playoff cutoff. So they need a win tonight, and they have been on exceptional form. Rinse and Shine, let's take a look at both teams here. Rinse and Shine have gone 4-0 in their last 3 maps. That Torb match, though, was a forfeit, so that really doesn't count, but they have not lost a map here in stage 3. Their only loss coming in week 3 versus the Deadlock Gang in a very, very tight 2-1 loss there with a draw on, I think it was 2 CP. WSOL, after a shaky middle second stage, have come back and have won their last 3 matches 3-1, though they have dropped a map at each match against FU, C4H, and Don't Envy Us. So let's take a tail of the tape here on the map types here, and you can see positive records here from both teams on Assault, Escort, and Hybrid, but it is Control that Rinse and Shine are 6-8 versus a WSOL team who is 9-5 overall on Control. So WSOL will have the advantage there on the Control maps, and let's take a look at the individual maps right here, and there's only one loss. Yes, Rinse and Shine 3-1 on Numbani, but overall they are perfect on the remaining maps here. WSOL have not lost on any of the maps here today. It is going to be a barn burner between these two teams here in OWLET, and when we come back, we will be going to Numbani. It is Rinse and Shine and WSOL here on Sunday Night Overwatch. Alright folks, welcome back. We are in Numbani, and it will be WSOL here on offense first, and Rinse and Shine will be defending. Joining me as my co-commentator is Ad. How are you doing, Ad?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
I am peachy. It is a Sunday night. We've got 2 good teams playing in Overwatch. What could be better than this, right? So it will be Rinse and Shine going to be defending, and they look like they're going to be defending here without a tank, unless they're still just messing with me in the assembly phase here, which it seems to me they are. So looks like they will now go to real. It will be Paper Monk on tank here. They look like they're going to be defending here with a Symmetra, or not. Phoenix going to the Diva. Just messing with me again. I fall for it all the time, Ad. What can you say? So on offense here, it looks like they're trying to mess with me too, because I see Audit Decant here on the Torbjorn, and I know Audit is a healer, so that's not going to happen. So Audit has mainly played a lot of sort of Zenyatta and off tank here, with Luna taking most of the healing duties, but we might see something a little different here. Sensik and Rydaris there are their main DPS, with APOC and Casual. Actually, I think switching off. APOC will play tank also, but Rydaris will also play tank depending on the situation. 15 seconds here left to go, and they still haven't shown me their comp, so I can't say really anything about what they're going to do here. Now, here we go. Some of the things are coming through. Luna goes to the Mercy. Audit's on the Lucio, and there we go. And they're going to be playing here with, looks like just a D.Va?
The Sombra, so APOC usually plays Sombra. He'll run out onto the point, he'll scout, and then he'll translocate back and then swap to Winston.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. And yep, that's exactly what they do. And it's more of a, that I didn't know. So that is a tactic here, just to steal sort of comp information with regards to what they're going to end up doing. Very, very smart here by WSOL. As APOC now going to the Winston and goes immediately to the high ground, as they're going through the main area here. So they're not going to mess with going in through any of the buildings here. And APOC is just sort of skirting the wall here and gets onto the point here with Casual X, as they're immediately met by Phoenix here onto the point. It looks like the rest of Rinse and Shine here are going to be dropping down and attacking onto the point, as they are sort of scattered apart. Nobody jumping onto the supports here of WSOL, which could be big, as Sensik here takes out 2 along with Rydaris. So therefore, this looks like it's going the way of WSOL here. Just final kills here, but Phoenix does get Casual X and a D.Va Bomb already to start off with. Gets Luna there with a last-minute kill, but it might be too little too late here. They do get Phoenix here at the end. The reinforcements are going to be coming in, but I think Lumbo's going to stay back, and that's going to do it. WSOL take first points.
That was an insanely quick D.Va Bomb out of Phoenix.
Yeah, very, very quick there. I was actually wondering how that actually happened that quickly, but Phoenix was the main aggressor there for Rinse and Shine, and that's probably what happened. She was in the face of all of the tanks and getting a lot of healing at that, so she was staying up and allowing herself to just build as much ult really as possible. They did get Luna there at the end, but unfortunately it was too little too late there, and it was WSOL's take. Now, look at them being very, very aggressive as they're sort of pushing in and trying to create space for themselves. Rinse and Shine here haven't lost anybody here on this defense, which is a very, very good thing, because they'll be able to give them a chance here with the hold. But Rydaris comes in with the Genji Blade here into the back and gets 2. APOC finishes off Big Green, and they're going to take point 2 here relatively easy, as that payload is moving, and down they come, down the road they come. Sensik gets a final kill here on Paper Monk, and Phoenix is last woman standing again, and she's got to back off. If I'm her, I'm probably trying to find a cliff to sort of jump on before I die. Nope, too late. Gets jumped on by APOC, and point B here going to WSOL very, very quickly.
Yeah, WSOL's been using like pretty much one ultimate so far, and they've won 2 fights, and they've gotten so much time and so much distance on this payload, so they're being very, very conservative with them. But that's all they need.
Yeah, and it looks like here Luna's popped the Valkyrie here just to sort of start off the fight, and a D.Va Bomb popped into the back, get just 3. That is huge. They lose Audit Decant there on the counter tire, but that's going to get rezzed right away, and WSOL here have a huge advantage going into the final part of Part C here of Numbani. Phoenix again is last one standing, sends in a D.Va Bomb here. Good placement on the bomb, takes out Audit Decant again. She just seems to be a magnet for ults at this point, so therefore they're going to have to go try again without a Zenyatta, and that is the cue for Rinse and Shine to sort of go and see if they can get another kill here. Big Green here comes out with the Coalescence, but Rydaris takes out Phoenix's mech, and Darlies and Lumbo both go down here, and that is not good here for Rinse and Shine. As WSOL are pushing through, Sensik here trying to get anybody in the back he can, gets Big Green before blowing himself up, it looks like, but WSOL has not stopped moving as they are on the point here, and they do demech Phoenix again. Will anybody from WSOL come out? Its Paw is coming out on using the Transcendence to stall, and a counter Transcendence here by Audit Decant actually to keep the team alive, and Rydaris with another Genji Blade here into the back will try to finish off the rest of the team, but 2 come down, Paper Monk and looks like Darlis came down, but Darlis was immediately deleted, and down goes Paper Monk too. Great placement of the D.Va Bomb here. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to stop that. Phoenix is on the point here, but demech, that's going to go, and WSOL here cap point C in record time.
That was a very dominant offense. I think WSOL lost, I want to say 3 people through that entire offense, and 2 of those were to Diva Bombs from Phoenix.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And it was Phoenix and Audit to Can't died twice. All 3 of them were ult based, which was crazy. So like the only way that you could have killed WSOL here on this push was via ults, and it was just the supports, and that was pretty nuts there. WSOL with 352. Wow, 352 is an outstanding time on Numbani. Just 8 seconds off the actual initial start time of the map. So with all the time bonuses related into the middle stages and then at the end, they only lose a total of 8 seconds. So fantastic offense there by WSOL. And now it will be Rinse and Shine's turn here on the offense with, it looks like WSOL going to a dive defense here to sort of set up. What do you think about using a dive defense here from WSOL at?
I think dive defense is probably one of the best ways to play Numbani first point, because there's so much high ground, and the high ground's kind of split without having to go all the way around. Like, there's no convenient way to get up on the ledge on the left side without going really out of your way, unless you're doing like a dive defense or unless you have a Symmetra teleporter. But I thought it was a really interesting decision to run Moira for Rinse and Shine on their defense, considering how big the spawn disadvantage is for defenders for the second point and then for the beginning of the third. Like a Mercy with a res, you know, might have been more helpful with kind of getting people back up quicker. There were a lot of really just complete wipes for the fights, so I'm not sure how much difference it would have made, but it was something that I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, not having that res from the Mercy and the way that they were sort of set up really did give them a bit of a disadvantage here. And now it looks like on their offense here, they're going dive too, or at least a modified version of the dive. As Phoenix and Papermonk here are going to go up main street and going to try to see if they can catch out Raydaris here in the middle as they try to sort of get him off out of the point. But now it looks like the engage has started here. Darlis is actually coming down, and Apoc is sort of focusing his attention on him. Raydaris does take out Papermonk. That for the first kill, and Big Green gets taken out here by Sensik, so losing the Mercy here, that's going to force a reset here from Rinse and Shine. They're going to have to back up. They do blow a minute here on the push, and Apoc here getting very aggressive, trying to finish off Its Paw, and they get a stagger kill here, both on Its Paw and Darlis. It looks like here they're trying to sort of mess up the rhythm as they're sort of being very aggressive on this defense.
Yeah, most teams don't really take too aggressive of a defense on Numbani. They don't really tend to go past the bus, but to see WSOL really punish the retreat is fantastic to see.
Yeah, I like it too. It just shows a little bit of confidence here coming out from WSOL here, and they're looking good here on this defense on Numbani. So Rinse and Shine here come out again on the high ground as they're trying to see if they can figure out if they can get anybody else, but an immediate blade here by Raydaris into the back will take out both supports here who are trapped into the doorway. He's just going to also demech Phoenix here, so therefore bad placement here of where they were going to come from, and unknowingly Raydaris with his blade was able to sort of catch them all in a small spot, and that's just sort of meat for a Genji here with 2 minutes here left on the clock. They've blown another minute here on their push, and they are not looking like they're going to get any sort of ticks here, at least anytime soon here, from WSOL with the ult advantage.
Yeah, Rinse and Shine is taking a really hesitant and slow-paced dive, which is kind of contradictory. I think they need to just kind of make these fights happen faster and kind of really clean up the turnover time for their in-between fight phase.
Yeah, and it looks like here they're going to... The thing about it is that they're not really seriously committing completely, as they all go underneath, it looks like, as they're changing their direction of attack. Valkyrie gets popped by Luna at the beginning of this fight here just to give a little bit of a boost ult here, but Lumbo takes Luna out, who is ulting, and that is a big kill. No res coming in, and a Transcendence gets popped immediately by Audit to Can't to sort of save what's left of her team here that are going to be on the point. Aggressive galore here coming out from WSOL, and Audit to Kent gets deleted after the Transcendence comes down, but Sensik gets Darlis, and a Tifa bomb here gets sent into the back, finishes off Casual X. Casual X, excuse me, gets its paw also, and just trade kills back and forth. It'll be up to Ryderis here, and Lumbo, excuse me, and Luna could come back, but immediately gets killed. And now it is just Ryderis here with the blade, trying to sort of defend the point as he can. He gets 2 kills, but he gets deleted by Darlis here, and it is Casual X left on the point. 1 person left here, and the res coming through on Lumbo as a Hanzo ult here will be directed onto the point. They sort of have to back up. Phoenix gets demech'd with the ult, and WSOL looking for the full hold here with 30 seconds left to go. They will get it. Wow, look at that. It looks like the rest of Rinse and Shine are sort of staggered to hell here as Paper Monk realizes what has happened and he's got to sort of retreat, but he gets deleted. 18 seconds here left on the clock. Are they going to be able to make it back to the point in time? Darlis has switched to the Tracer here in order to start overtime and give the team a little bit of a chance here to sort of come on the point. Lumbo here going onto the Pharah, drops down. Bad management on the jetpack here as he gets deleted out by Ryderis. They have to engage. Overtime has started, but kills going all the way of WSOL. WSOL here looking for the supports, get them all, and it's just going to be left its paw down, and that's going to do it. Overtime ticks down, and WSOL here take a dominant Numbani 3-0 for a 1-0 lead here in this match.
That was a extremely strong showing from WSOL. I think Rinse and Shine had a lot of issues with target focus on their dives, as well as just not committing to the initiation. Because with dive, it's, you know, you kind of posture a little bit, and then it's you have to full commit. Dive isn't something that you can kind of half commit to, because that's just, you'll get, you know, your Winston or your Diva or someone will get burned down. So I would like to see a little bit more full commitment from Rinse and Shine, and that might have changed how this map went.
Yeah, I think so. I think you were right about the hesitancy here with regards to Rinse and Shine. It seemed like they were playing a little scared against WSOL, and you know what? The thing about it is WSOL blitzed the first half of Numbani there, and it would put the fear of God into any team after seeing a team go through Numbani pretty much winning every fight as they went along. So that is that for Numbani. 3-0 win for WSOL on Numbani gives them a 1-0 lead here in this 4-game series between Rinse and Shine and WSOL. When we come back, it will be Lijiang Tower. Can Rinse and Shine here even it up here on King of the Hill? When we come back, Lijiang Tower 1-0 to WSOL.
The world could always use more heroes. could always use more heroes. You know, the world could always use more heroes.
Now arriving at Yijiang Tower.
Welcome back, and we are here in Lijiang Tower. Just a couple substitutions for you, for those watching at home. It will be Salty Dog and Kairu taking the places of Audit Decant and Ryderis here on WSOL. So changes here on the side of WSOL specifically for this map. So interesting strategy here, pulled out by Wheat Stomp on LAN. For a Rinse and Shine here, it looks like Trinehart is in. Actually, was he in before? I don't remember. I thought he was in.
No, he got subbed in for Darlis.
Yes, so Darlis comes out, Trinehart is in, and now we do have our comp set and ready to go. Looks like here WSOL will not be revealing what they have. Luna actually on the Sombra here initially, just to sort of maybe mess with me, as Kairu here on the Hog. So most likely teams are not going to be able to be switching till the very end here, but it looks like there we go, 8 seconds left. I'm seeing a little bit of interesting comps here on Rinse and Shine. I see Phoenix on a Bastion, but that's not going to happen. So it looks like it is a triple tank comp here. Triple tank, triple support, Goats comp here from Rinse and Shine, whereas APOC has decided to go into the air and letting Salty Dog here do the tanking. So he's going to be going on to DPS here with Ryderis on the bench, and it looks like the engage is going to be happening directly here on the point, and immediately it looks like it was Rinse and Shine who beat them to the point, and they do beat them to the kills. Look at this, as now it looks like Sensic here getting tanked here by Paper Monk, and Trinehart here making a huge difference here on the Zarya Sens. WSOL packing back into their spawn, and Rinse and Shine here will get the first percentage points here on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, if WSOL really needs to play this a lot slower if they want to win, because they have way more range than Rinse and Shine's Goats comp does.
Yeah,
You know, with the Hanzo and the Pharah.
yeah, you're right. The thing about it is like they actually, I don't think expected them to come out as heavy as they did, and immediately Earthshatter comes through, takes out Lunacy and Salty, and look at Trinehart go, takes 2 more down, as it looks like WSOL are going to be sent back to spawn again. They did get a couple, they did get some time on the point here, but it immediately was reset, and Rinse and Shine here already almost at 42, 43%, as Trinehart here staying out a little bit, trying to get some ult charge here as APOC fires rockets into him, but now WSOL going to try again here as they sort of come in. No real pump switches here from WSOL, as immediately again they're sort of fighting here right in the doorway, and it is not working as Salty Dog gets taken down again, but a Graviton here and Casual X trying to get the Dragon combo, and they do. It is a huge kill here into the front. That's going to give WSOL the point, but they have given up about 68% here to Rinse and Shine.
Yeah, the last fight before this, WSOL lost, but you're okay with losing that because you got a lot of your big ultimates, you got a lot of charge on those, and you used none while the enemy team, Rinse and Shine, used 2. So they knew that they had nothing coming into this except a rally, which they used and they got no value out of because it just got all deleted.
Yeah, but now it's like Graviton immediately comes out here from Rinse and Shine, but immediately is countered by the Transcendence of Kairu there, but they're still trying to find, and a big shatter there by Paper Monk as he comes in, and he does get Kairu there, as it looks like WSOL here are going to end up losing the point fairly quickly, but no, Luna gets Kairu back up, but immediately they're sort of split up as Salty Dog here trying to sort of hold off the point as best as he can. Paper Monk goes down, but the rest of WSOL going down here too. They've got to make sure they have to deal with APOC there in the air, who does get taken out by Phoenix. Now Casual X here trying to sort of stall as long as they can. Luna trying to get as many percentage ticks as possible, but Rinse and Shine here get the point back, only giving up 55 for 68, so pretty good here from Rinse and Shine.
Yeah, that was a really ambitious barrage coming out from APOC, but seeing as he swapped to the Junkrat, you know, that's not too big of a loss because he was swapping anyway.
Yeah, and I think that was the reason it came out. If it was going to work, it was going to work there, and if not, he goes to the Junkrat right away and goes for the final take here. As they're as the percentage points are ticking up here, they're fighting in the doorway, and an Earthshatter comes in, and Salty Dog missed. He got sort of moved off there, and a huge bomb by Phoenix. Phoenix taking out 3. Not good at all here for WSOL as a Graviton comes out from Sensic, only catches 1, but overtime's ticked down now. They just have to clear the point, and an APOC goes down. As overtime ticks down, it is Rinse and Shine here, drawing first blood on Lijiang Tower. Saying, no, Numbani might have not been our map, but King of the Hill here, we're going to give you guys a fight here on Lijiang, and they do, getting 100% to 55 here on WSOL. WSOL looked a little like, I don't know if they were sort of like the comp that didn't help them very much, the too much range of where they were fighting. I don't know if it was one of those things in which maybe APOC should have switched off the Pharah a little earlier, Ad?
Playing Pharah into a Goats comp is totally fine. It's just, I think they didn't use the benefits of their comp, and they didn't take advantage of any of the weaknesses of Rinse and Shine's comp.
So, and that can be big here, as now the engage starts immediately here, and it looks like Salty Dog has gone to the Roadhog and immediately deletes Paper Monk here. There is a Mei here, as APOC's specialty will come into play. He is a very, very good Mei player, and they will use these walls here to their advantage, as he will sort of separate the rest of Rinse and Shine here and sort of focus and try to sort of make it like a 1v6 fight using that wall. So APOC here playing very aggressive here on the Mei, and traps Paper Monk on the other side of that wall, so I have to be very, very careful. In the meantime, the point unlocked and was already given to WSOL. As they re-engage here again, they're not able to take anybody down, and Sensic goes down here as the fight continues here. And now they're going to try to do a quick coalescence here, comes out from Big Green as Salty Dog deletes Lumbo, but a huge sort of Lucio ult here will try to save the rest of the team, but it looks like here they're going to sort of be overwhelmed a little bit. Here comes a Diva Bomb into a really bad place, and it takes out 3! Phoenix goes huge on that bomb. It looks like Casual X here is going to be dead on the point. He's going to try to use the bomb here just to sort of stall. Does take out its paw, but I think the point has been given up, and that will go to Rinse and Shine.
Yeah, Phoenix has been doing so much work with these Diva bombs, and I think is one of the main reasons why Rinse and Shine really took that point back.
Yeah, they took it back here, and now a Graviton will trap 4, but doesn't get any follow-up, but thanks to the wall here by APOC, so very, very good wall, but unfortunately they've already lost 2, as Sensic was able to catch Lumbo, but they have to retreat and reset here. Sensic in the background here, going towards the spawn of WSOL. I think he's trying to sort of trap Lumbo here. What he's going to end up doing is staggering himself very, very badly, and that's what he ended up doing here as they engage right back onto the point again, down 1. So this is a 6v5 here, so they have to be super, super careful, WSOL. So now they're trying to sort of steal the point here as APOC is on the point, but he's up. He's going to be fighting 4 men of Rinse and Shine, and now here comes the Mei ult here as everybody spreads out, and immediately they do take Paper Monk and its paw here out, and Sensic finally coming back with the ult will take out Big Green, and that's going to be a good. That's going to be a good retake here from WSOL. WSOL here now being very, very aggressive as they're trying to sort of stagger out and kill members of Rinse and Shine, but that's not good. Casual X actually got demeched, and Phoenix here wants to stay alive and gets a wall there to stop the retreat. Oh no, Phoenix getting very, very staggered here, and down she goes, and they do get the stagger kill that they want. No Diva here for Rinse and Shine, so they're going to have to wait. That's going to buy WSOL, excuse me, at least another 10 seconds here with the way that the wall is being set up, and the way that APOC is playing this Mei has been very, very well done.
Yeah, at the end of that last fight, Phoenix used her bomb to remech and maybe try to get a couple of other kills. I think she should have just, you know, taken the reset, taken the wipe, kept the bomb for the next fight, and not fed all that ult charge to WSOL.
Yeah, I think that was very, very, the incorrect decision here, but another Graviton comes in right away, but Kairu there with the huge transcendence here. The tire was late, and they were looking for a tire grab combo. They did get APOC there, so they don't have to worry about a Mei here onto the point and stalling, as now kills coming back and forth. APOC does get rezzed, so they have to be careful. I can't believe they let that res off, but Kairu goes down. We're at 99% here for WSOL. They're going to be looking to sort of finish off this point here, but looks like Rinse and Shine will not go gentle into that good night. Another bomb comes in a high position that forces a big forces a retreat here from WSOL. Salty Dog trying to sort of stall it out as best he can. They do get the point back here, but they had to blow everything, and look at that ult advantage here from for WSOL. They're not going to have any trouble retaking this back. Rinse and Shine here are going to be in deep, deep trouble as they're going to be on the defense here for Lijiang.
Yeah, WSOL has such a high ult advantage that I think they're really going to need Phoenix to come up big with Defensive Matrix to try to shut down, you know, as many of these ults as possible. If she can Matrix APOC as he uses, and there it comes in.
There it comes in. It was too late. Yeah, you were absolutely right. You wanted Phoenix in APOC's face pretty much in order to sort of stall out that Mei ult and try to eat it if you could. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They're using their ults, and they're using them well, as Sensic here takes 4. The time ticks down. It's at 99.99, but they're not going to be able to come back. WSOL evens up Lijiang here 1-1.
I think that was a really unexpected comp for WSOL to run. I mean, they don't even have a main tank. They're running with Diva Hog and then the Mei Reaper with Zen Mercy. And Mei Reaper comps on Control Center are always so much fun to watch. And they have the added benefit because Mei is a character that will just really tilt the other team. You know, if the Mei is playing really well with getting lots of freezes and everything. So there's kind of, you know, there's like 2 fights going on. There's the team fight, and then there's the psychological terror that is May.
Yeah, and that's what APOC basically did to Rinse and Shine there. So WSOL playing a little bit of the mental game here with the May, and an APOC now going to the Pharah here, going for a little bit of distance and sort of range here for this map. This one's a little different because of the way it's set up, and now it looks like Salty Dog will be leading his team here through the underside and trying to get directly to the point here. The fight will ensue onto the point as Paper Monk here is engaging in the front line, but immediately gets deleted here by Sensic, and then that's going to force the rest of Rinse and Shine to sort of back off. They're not going to be able to do what they wanted to do. Tryhard here on the Tracer gets deleted here by Kairu, but Kairu got taken out by Lumbo. So good trade there as Paper Monk comes back. Luna actually gets Salty Dog back, and now kills again are happening for WSOL. Phoenix does get Kairu again, but that's not going to be enough here. They already have control of the point, and they are wiping out Rinse and Shine. That fight is over. Tryhard, try as he may, will not be able to retake this point 1v5. So, 29%, actually 30% here now by WSOL, as they are sort of trying to figure out, like, Rinse and Shine are, trying to figure out what comp they can use here to sort of go up against this sort of mixed shield comp that is WSOL is running here on the point. This is a point that it is very, very difficult here to dislodge once you've sort of set up. Now, it looks like Paper Monk here immediately went after APOC, and then Luna actually goes for the res and gets it. That team should have been on Luna like white on rice, but unfortunately not happening there. Gets the res off, and Casual X takes Paper Monk down. Little bit of miscommunication here. Phoenix places the bomb in a very, very tough spot to block, but it looks like nobody got caught there as Big Green gets deleted out. That's a big kill, but Lumbo gets 2 with the barrage, and now it looks like it's only going to be Casual X here on the point as WSOL goes down, and Rinse and Shine are able to get this point. Unreal. I thought it was going to be WSOL all the way, but instead Rinse and Shine win the point here to give themselves a shot here on Lijiang.
Yeah, Lumbo's barrage was a really big part of the fact that they could actually take that fight. But Rinse and Shine is having a lot of really messy engages, and they're really not playing dive like dive. They're playing it kind of like a death ball, where Winston's just frontlining and it's not working for them.
Yeah, and honestly, if they are going to be running it like a death ball, that there was a graviton that sort of I heard come out, but I don't see where it went. It looks like here another barrage comes out here, but Lumbo ends up getting 2 as an APOC barrage only really got Tryhard, and now they're going to be able to sort of hold this point up. It looks like Casual X here is going to be trapped into the back as Luna actually gets away with her life. Unless they chase her down, and Lumbo actually did, never mind that. And it looks like Rinse and Shine here able to hold for another day here, getting it up all the way to 50%. And now here, WSOL, you'll have to be careful on these engages. They do not want to lose anybody on these initial engages. As APOC here goes into the air, he's got to be careful here of the McCree that's going to be on the ground, going to be trying to focus and take him out. Paper Monk here already at half. He's got to be careful. He's getting rocketed consistently, and a dragon comes through just to sort of separate the point off, and Paper Monk gets finished off. He couldn't get any healing there. But a big ult there by Lumbo into the back, takes out 3, and now WSOL go down as it looks like Rinse and Shine here get the advantage for the first time here on the Pagoda. We're up to 80%. WSOL not going to be able to engage here onto the point till about 90, so this is a huge fight here for WSOL. They need to win this in order to win, to either have a chance here on Lijiang. And oh, Tryhard gets a big double kill onto the pharmacy, and now it is desperation time as Casual X here takes out Paper Monk. But is that going to be enough? They actually turned the point. Everybody sort of jumped off for Rinse and Shine. That is not good, but kills now coming all on the way of Rinse and Shine. They're going to be able to have to take this back as 3 people here are left onto the point. And it looks like Luna has popped the wings here, and it looks like she's going to get taken out. 1 person left here onto the point. It is APOC on Tracer, and he gets taken out, but ticks down here. It looks like they're going to be able to get it overtime. Overtime ticks down. Can anybody come back here from WSOL? WSOL loses Casual X, but Sensic actually got here on a D.Va, so they're going to need to take him out. But he's doing a really, really good job delaying. Lumbo here with another ult in the back prevents anybody from coming back in. The fight is on the point. That's going to do it. Overtime ticks down, and WSOL lose Lijiang Tower to Rinse and Shine. This match is all tied up 1-1.
Lumbo was definitely the hero of that Gardens map. He got like 3 or 4 huge clutch barrages, you know, each getting like 2 or 3 people, and that was just, I was very surprised that worked out.
No, that was you're surprised. I'm surprised. Lumbo, actually, the thing about it is Lumbo's positioning, where he was with the barrage during that sort of desperation push there at the end by Rinse and Shine was excellent. He was able to use the barrage to essentially stop any more stalling coming from WSOL. So when it was Sensic on the Diva getting to the point as fast as he could, his job was literally to just sort of stall the point out. He knew he wasn't going to be able to do anything, but it was to wait it out so that the rest of his team could get onto the point there on Lijiang. Unfortunately, the rest of his team was dead by the time that he died, and there was just nobody else to be able to stall for them. Great stuff there by Rinse and Shine, and that makes it 1-1 here for each team. We've got a game on our hands when we are at halftime now, so we're tied at 1s. When we come back after halftime, it will be Horizon Lunar Colony here, tied 1-1 here between Rinse and Shine and WSOL. When we come back, it is HLC. Yes, it is 2CP, so stay tuned for that. We've got a game on our hands between Rinse and Shine and WSOL. Stay tuned.
You know, the world could always use more heroes. Could always use more heroes.
敵を食らう。
The world could always use more heroes.
優が我が敵を食らう。
The world could always use more heroes.
優が我が敵を食らう。
Traveling to Horizon Lunar Colony.
And welcome back. Halftime is over, and we enter Horizon Lunar Colony. So it looks like here WSOL will be on offense first, and we have a substitution as New Elite actually is now playing for WSOL, and out went Casual. So therefore, just a substitution change there on a WSOL as they will be on offense first here on HLC. And this is the new HLC for those who have not played it. There are some slight changes here to the map as to what you're able to do and where you're able to go, as it looks like here we are going to be in our assembly phase 1 minute. As you can see, some of the map changes here. You see this big giant block here on the high ground. This actually you can actually just sort of come into the high ground relatively here from the high ground from into the main point relatively easy. You see these stairs lead up top from the right, and then the teams that want to engage the point can go through 2 ways. They can go up through the high ground and over, or they can go straight through the middle to the right, or up on the high ground on the left. So slight differences here with the Horizon Lunar Colony, and it looks like here we're going through the comps. WSOL, I'm never going to just sort of call on what their comp is until about 8 seconds beforehand. But on the defense here, Paper Monk here going with the Orisa, and they're going with a triple tanks setup here with Trinehart and Phoenix here on the additional tanks. Lumbo going to the Junkrat and expecting nothing to be coming out from WSOL that will be from extreme range. But it looks like Sensik here will be on the sniper, so they have to be careful. Want to make sure that they do not get picked off here by the Widow of Sensik, who is a very, very good Widow. APOC here comes out on the Junkrat also. So it looks like here the comp for the offense here is going to be a little bit of ground and pound too. So, looks like Lumbo takes out 2 big kills here really, really quickly, and WSOL false start here as Luna and APOC go down in the little room there. That's not where you want to be playing a Junkrat on the high ground there, and he's going to be able to send stuff right into the room. So maybe a little bit of a change here coming in from WSOL. It looks like here the Salty Dog was actually just sort of staying in the room, keeping his shield up along with the New Elite, as they're sort of staying into the room on the left. And that shield is broken now, so they better recognize what's going on. Its paw actually gets taken out by Kairu, and a tire already as he sends it out in the back, and Lumbo and Salty Dog and Luna get taken out by Lumbo. And my goodness, WSOL having some issues here on Horizon here, Ad.
Yeah, that's the nice reset after you lose your main tank and your healer to a tire. But yeah, I mean, other than that first kind of half push where they got 2 people picked, you know, they've really only made 1 good strong push, and they've used up, you know, a minute and a half now, and they keep kind of going the same way. I'd like to see them try to go around and pull Rinse and Shine down onto the point and then make them fight, because they're better as a brawling comp.
Yeah, and APOC here is in space trying to get bombs, trying to sort of surprise them. Now they know he's in space, so I'm not sure if they're going to actually do anything with him. It looks like Trinehart is trying to sort of play decoy, but it looks like they're going to take your strategy here, and they're going to go directly onto the point and try to make them come to the point here. And now they're just going to sit on the point and see if they can develop any percentage. Phoenix actually gets onto the point here, trying to sort of stall anybody that he can. Everybody from WSOL here getting a little low, and Transcendence here comes out, not able to sort of save Phoenix as its paw sort of comes down, but they use Lumbo here to push out the rest of the team. So they're going to be able to hold the point here, and it looks like a Transcendence here by Kairu onto the point, but immediately the Bongo goes down, and where it's placed, it's going to be hard to sort of take out, but they do end up taking it out. Trades coming in, and now WSOL getting the advantage here with 3 big kills here into the middle. Trinehart, though, did take out Sensik. Big Green reses Lumbo, who's trying to sort of stay on the point as the Valkyrie here is getting popped, trying to save everybody else here that is on the point. Trinehart saving himself, and a big tire there takes out New Elite and APOC as Luna is the only one left. She gets to the point. And is going to actually get blown right back off and get staggered there at the end with a minute left, and they didn't even get a tick. They didn't get a tick, my goodness.
That was such a long fight. They invested so much into it, and they got nothing. But my favorite part was that Big Green's Mercy killed Luna's Mercy.
So Mercy on Mercy killing here. So you got to be careful. Looks like a position change here coming from Rinse and Shine because of the way that they were sort of split up. They had to sort of defend here on the point, but they get Sensik right away, so they lose the Pharah here. Long range gone, as it looks like Paper Monk actually was able to survive the tire. Since it gets res, and Salty Dog is able to demech Phoenix, who had taken a lot of damage from that tire here. Paper Monk now defending on the point as best as he can, but it looks like here trades going back and forth with Big Green going down. The advantage here should be with WSOL. That is going to do that. Sensic takes out the rest of the team, and finally, with only 16 seconds left, that's going to do it here. Trinehart trying his best to get anybody he can. He's got to get onto the point here. He can't do it. It's going to tick up, and WSOL here capture point A.
Yeah, they're going to capture it in overtime using the full 4 minutes.
That was actually a very, very good stall there by Rinse and Shine. Trinehart probably going to regret using his ult unless he switches, which is what he does. He's actually going to the long-range McCree here, and they're actually going to defend on the high ground right. Very interesting defense here from Rinse and Shine. So they're going to be going to a defense where it's going to be almost impossible for them to access unless they go all the way to the back. So WSOL has now taken Q from point A and immediately just sort of get to the point and make them sort of come down to them. That's exactly what they want to do here. Reinhardt actually does take Kairu, and Lumbo takes down APOC, so that's going to do that. But Sensic with 3 big kills here on the barrage, but 2 more trades happening. There's not enough people left here from WSOL to sort of do anything about that. Sensic going to feel sick about that ult because he'll probably wanted to save that for the next push. Now it looks like WSOL, though, still have 4 ults, whereas Rinse and Shine have nothing here. So big trouble, Rinse and Shine, on this next attack.
I don't want to insult any Superchargers rights activists, but bongos aren't people. That was only a 2K.
So, though the bongo goes down there, I saw 3 ticks come up, and I thought it might have been a person. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But now it looks like here they're coming in again, but they do have 3 big ults here that they can use. Kairu gets deleted, so unable to use the Transcendence here unless Luna is able to get the res, and that she's going to be able to do so. So back onto the point they come, and they're going to try to sort of do as best they can, but Luna gets deleted, so losing the Mercy here to the Deadeye. Huge trade-off there, but APOC gets 2, and those are 2 people he kills with that tire, and now they're on the point. There's nobody in here from Rinse and Shine as they're going past 60, 70, 80. That's going to do it. WSOL actually capped both points here on Horizon Lunar Colony with a pretty decent time bank at that. After looking pretty pedestrian there on point A, they do get point B with 2:12 left on the clock. Ad, what do you think?
I think that I really liked Rinse and Shine's defense and their positioning, especially on that second point. For the high ground, that's a really strong point for them to be with the Orisa. You know, Orisa has such a fantastic shield uptime that a Reinhardt comp can't really go up there and deal with them. They gotta try to pull them down or knock them down with like Pharah boops or something. But that last point, that was all about the ultimates, and WSOL just had more. They got more value out of the ultimates that they used.
Yeah, they absolutely did, and having such a big advantage there coming into point B was huge. So therefore, WSOL now with a 2:12 time bank and both points taken. Rinse and Shine here need to be able to finish Horizon Lunar Colony with some time remaining, because they're going to need it here against WSOL. So looks like here Rinse and Shine here coming out, and they're looking like they're going to go goats. That's what it looks like to me, and that's basically, they're just going to say it. They're going to try to most likely sort of just force themselves onto the point and fight on the point here with this sort of heavy triple tank, triple support comp, whereas Salty Dog here will depend on the high ground and will actually defend here closer to the point. Now, without an Orisa, they don't really have a range tank that they can sort of depend on, so they're going to be depending here on Sensic and APOC for the kills going from range. So Sensic here has got to be able to sort of find an angle and make sure that he can get 1 or maybe 2 here before they even engage to sort of send Rinse and Shine sort of packing back for a reset. Looks like APOC here is going to be positioned on the left as they're on the right as they come in, and it looks like they're going to just sort of speed on in and go straight up high onto the right here. They're not even going to use space. They're just going to go right onto the ground. Paper Monk's shield holding steady here. They're not even going to get that much damage, and immediately they sort of just charge on in and fight on the high ground here, which forces an immediately sort of retreat here coming in from WSOL. So, a big charge there by Salty Dog. and he's getting surrounded there, and he just got hammered there by like sort of Rinse and Shine there, so immediately they go down, and 2 kills now here by Rinse and Shine, so now they're on the point as WSOL are going to be looking for a tire kill here. They get Its Paw. Paper Monk's still alive. Unfortunately, Its Paw got taken out, but that's going to be enough here. They're going to capture point A in record time here against WSOL.
Yeah, they really played goats fantastically well. They went in, they ran up into the face of the tanks, and they just bulldozed them. You know, Sensik couldn't really do too much about it, and APOC really needed a huge tire to try to turn that point around, but all he got was Its Paw and Lucio.
Yeah. Yeah, and that tire was the changing point there. If they were able to get their main tank there, then maybe they could have committed a little more to the fight. The wall comes up as now APOC has gone to the Mei here, going to try to sort of stall out point B as best as he can on his favorite character, as a new elite here is in the back where the rest of the GOATS team here, but a Graviton comes out, catches WSOL. It's been a messy fight here in the back as everybody's behind that wall. Sort of trapped up. Everybody's staying in a giant death ball, and Paper Monk here gets a charge and sends people packing. APOC actually is delaying onto the point here, and now Big Green sort of staying alive as a Lucio ult comes out to sort of save Rinse and Shine. Kills now coming out as they've got 4 men onto the point here. APOC is by himself with a Valking Mercy. So that's what's keeping him alive, as if the main needed more help to sort of stay alive here onto the point. Coalescence now comes down, and Salty Dog's being trapped here into the back. All that's left is the D.Va here onto the point. They need to sort of focus fire. Bomb comes in, pushes New Elite off, immediately gets taken out there. That bomb usage, maybe wanted to save it with more people on point, but they're getting the kills pretty well. Graviton here catches APOC on the Doomfist, and now they're able to build some percentage here, as Salty Dog here is trying to sort of get back onto the point, and they need to sort of build up more percentage points here. They got to be super careful. Kills, though, coming in for Rinse and Shine. They've been very steady with these kills. D.Va Bomb here actually catches 2. Big Green and Shrineheart, big kills there. That's going to turn the tide of this fight around. Unfortunately, Paper Monk now is not going to have the healing that he's probably going to need here unless a miracle happens. But it looks like here they're going to try their best as New Elite gets D-Mech. Salty Dog gets a huge charge onto Paper Monk there, onto the point, and that's going to do it for that. Rinse and Shine do not get 2 ticks on this push. Its Paw and Lumbo still starting to hold off as best they can, and they're going to commit. Lucio ult actually comes out here, and they're going to commit to this as Lumbo takes out Sensik. They're going to try to use the Brigitte here as their main tank, as it looks like they're going to try to get kills coming around. It's about focus here on the point. They want to make sure that they get the kills. APOC there with a big ult there onto the Doomfist, but nothing doing. Dragon comes out to split the team, does not get anyone, as a Lucio ult here comes out from WSOL. D.Va Bomb here into the back. Oh, Phoenix! 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 My goodness, gets 3 onto the point there. Luna gets us unbelievable res on Salty Dog. That should have never happened. As another stall here comes out, Luna is able to finally catch them down, and this is still ticking here. Kairu getting booped off. They're going to try to get the percentage up, and they get it. My goodness, I'm going to need a break here from talking as Rinse and Shine capture the point B. With how much time do they get? They just didn't stop coming at WSOL. They had 4:03 left on the clock, and that was thanks to a great point A take.
I think that was a 3-minute fight.
Yeah, and that was me 3 minutes for talking. So, so Ad, fill me in. What the hell happened in that fight? Because I couldn't see everything.
There was so much going on, and the continual basically, to sum it up, that was 2 CP. That's what happened. 2 CP. The defenders have such a respawn advantage that they could keep trickling out and contesting the point, staying alive for just long enough for someone else to come out. And early on at the beginning of that fight, Rinse and Shine wasn't playing on the point, so they didn't get the capture percentage to start building for a while until after, you know, that first grav came out. And I think they could have taken it a lot quicker if they had focused more on being on point and using the grav to keep people off of the point, or to just, you know, focus down the people that are on the point, kill them, and then move on to the people trickling in.
But now it will be WSOL here back on offense, as they have a smaller time bank here, and with only 2 minutes, that could be a problem, as WSOL did have issues here getting the point. they took it in overtime last time, so they'll need a quick take here versus Rinse and Shine. So it's going to be very dependent, and Lumbo actually takes out APOC before they could get APOC into space, though Luna gets him right back up. Luna there in the right place at the right time here for these reses, but Lumbo takes out Kairu again, and now they're 6v5, and this is not good here for WSOL, but they're going to commit to this because they really can't sort of waste any time in another reset here. So immediately they just decide to take it upon themselves and fight here on the point. Phoenix is by herself, so they got to be super, super careful. They position themselves and split them up with 2 people on the high ground here. Phoenix has got to be careful. It's going to get demeched here, and they're going to lose their diva, but Sensik gets taken out, and it looks like the diva here, New Elite, actually comes down and gets taken out here, and Luna now trapped in the back with Reinhardt as they get collapsed upon with only a minute left here. The diva here, though, is still demeched here from Phoenix, so they have to be super, super careful. No, actually, Phoenix actually gets back into the mech just in time for this last offensive push here from WSOL.
If they really push quickly and, you know, if it's a really quick fight, they might be able to get a second push. But so far, they've been taking this really slow.
Yeah, and they've been taking it super slow here with Kairu. They have to blow their res on Kairu, like, so there's going to be no res here unless they extend this fight really, really far here. WSOL here trying to sort of spread out Rinse and Shine is what they're trying to do. They're trying to sort of make them afraid of a couple things coming out, but it looks like Reinhardt takes out Luna, and that is a big, big kill. No mercy here on this push. They're gonna be stuck in between 2 mines here. They don't know what to do. They're sort of stuck here at the door. It's now a matter of just cleaning everybody up. Sensik here getting focused on by Phoenix, who's going to have to rotate. He does get Reinhardt here as overtime starts to tick out. Kairu now finally back here with the Zenyatta, but Sensik here trapped in the back, gets taken out, overtime ticks down, the spawns are coming in longer, Salty Dog and the Mercy have to go the long way, they can't go straight through the front, and it is only 2 points here, no ticks here from Rinse and Shine, so 4 minutes. 4 minutes is what WSOL have to do to hold off here to prevent losing here on Horizon Lunar Colony.
Yeah, they're playing with house money now. The worst case is they draw. But at the end there, Kairu uses Trans with just Hanzo on the point and about 10 seconds remaining. And he gets kind of no value out of it, and then Trans wears off and then he dies. I would have liked to see him wait a little bit longer and then, you know, maybe use Trans to touch at the last second and then maybe give... I think the Diva was coming back and the Mercy was coming back. Give them time to get onto the point and then maybe get some use out of the Transcendence, and they might have been able to keep the fight going.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, that trance there was a bit of desperation. I think they depended a little too much here on Sensik, thinking maybe Sensik could sort of pull out a miracle there on the Hanzo in order to sort of make sure if they've maybe said to themselves, keep Sensik alive, we can sort of stall it out and maybe get a kill here before the reinforcements come. But nothing doing there. So good job by Rinse and Shine. They're able to sort of hold off WSOL's push there. And WSOL is having, again, another problem here on the point A of Horizon. And now 4:03. That's more time than they normally get here to take anything off of Horizon. And now they only need a tick. That's the other thing here. They can go slow. They can sort of take their time with this push. And they decide here that they're going to go with a tried and true Goats comp, which is what they took this initial point with. And they're going to just sort of get into their faces here. Aggression is key here. They want to get at least 1 kill. If they get 2, they're going to win this point. So immediately they're going to the high ground here. They're focusing on Sensik here, and that's who they're focused on. Kairu does get Lumbo. So, but here are the 2 kills. Sensik and Salty Dog go down, and it's going to be a matter of time here. I think Rinse and Shine are going to win this point unless a miracle happens. But unfortunately, they're not actually staying alive. Look at this. They're going to be able to hold them off. My goodness. I thought they were going to be able to do more than this. No, Big Green actually uses the Coalescence and gets taken out as 4 people were able to finish out the 6 of Rinse and Shine. Back to the drawing board they go, but they only burn a minute.
Yeah, I think that Coalescence at the end was a little overambitious there, and there was only, you know, a couple other people alive. I think they could have saved that for this push to really kind of give them a big burst into it. And APOC using Riptire was a mistake to kill just one Moira. He could have saved that to initiate in this fight, maybe get a couple picks and burn down another 30 seconds waiting for them to reset.
Yeah, but though Sensic does get a big kill on Lumbo here, so they immediately start the fight down one. Now they're down 2. Now they're down 3. Trineheart gets taken out and immediately full reset here. That mistake does not go ahead and bite him in the ass, so they actually quickly reset. So they only really burn about 30 seconds here on this push. But look at the ults. Ults developing here for WSOL. They are now on the verge of getting about 5 ults here to defend with, and it's going to make it extra hard here for Rinse and Shine to do anything. As Rinse and Shine come in with a comp change, looks like it's Lumbo now going to the Hanzo here, trying to sort of get extra picks, but they're going to be going into 5 ults of WSOL, so going to make it really, really tough here. But a Dragon now comes in from Sensic here to get them trapped into the point. Paper Monk, though, does get New Elite on the charge, and a big Graviton bomb sent right into the middle. Sensic gets taken out by Phoenix again. How many bombs have we seen by Phoenix in this game? It is unreal. Luna trying to do anything that she can here with the Coalescence here in the back. Kairu now trying to get in there, trying to sort of take Phoenix out, but nothing doing. That Moira is just a giant pain in the ass, and now they sort of push off Luna, and now the tick is starting to develop. Can they get back in time? New Elite doesn't get through the doorway, and Rinse and Shine will take Horizon Lunar Colony 3-2.
During that last push, I would have liked to see Rinse and Shine just do a dry push and try to get out, a couple of those big ultimates that WSOL had, but the Grav Diva Bomb combo just came up so huge that they didn't need to do that, and they can just roll right on through. It was phenomenal DV play.
That was phenomenal DV play, and Trineheart getting the kudos here and the votes. 65% kill percentage, unreal there by Rinse and Shine. So Rinse and Shine now, they will be up 2-1 here on WSOL. When we come back, it will be WSOL trying to take it to a Game 5. Rinse and Shine now up 2-1 on WSOL here. When we come back, it will be Route 66. Stay tuned. We're going to have a bit of a barn burner here on our hands in a sec.
The world could always use more heroes. world could always use more heroes.
優が我が敵を食らう
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
優が我が敵を食らう
could always use more heroes.
Traveling to Route 66.
All right, folks, we are in Route 66. I am your caster Horihori, joined by Ad as my co-commentator, and here is the situation as it stands right now. WSOL are down to Rinse and Shine 2-1. If Rinse and Shine are able to win here on Route 66, they will take the series. If not, WSOL will force a fifth map. Yes, a fifth map, and that map tiebreaker is Oasis. And we didn't have any Oasis statistics, but I will be able to pull them out here during the break if we happen to go to a map 5. So just read them off to you once we go, if we happen to take that map 5. But now, Rinse and Shine here will be on offense, as it will be WSOL defending usually on top of Big Earls here on 66. But looking like they're going for the dive defense here, as they're going to be sort of being aggressive and going to try to push on Rinse and Shine. So Rinse and Shine's they've only played this map once together here in OWLET, and they are 1-0. So let's take a refresher here as to the map of the map's statistics here for both teams. Route 66 both 1-0 here on the team, so they were successful in week 1 here on Route 66. So both teams here looking very good. Hopefully they can do really well here on 66. Ad, what do you think? Who do you think is your prediction for this map?
This is a really dive-heavy map, and so far we've seen WSOL's dive be more successful. But Rinse and Shine right now is running a really weird off death ball, so I'm very curious to see how this works out for them.
Yeah, I think what they're going to try to do is like, if maybe they've realized that their dive isn't necessarily the greatest in the world here, and they just want to sort of stay on to the point and just make WSOL come to them. And that's what it maybe looks like what they're going to be trying to do. Paper Monk here is discorded, so he's got to be super careful he doesn't get taken out. And as I say that, he dies. So Ryder is actually going in there, but gets taken out also. And Audit Decant also gets taken out. And that's pretty big. So they lose 2 people here on there. They actually lose 3, as APOC actually got taken out too. So 3 men down here for the defense of WSOL. Not really much that they can sort of do about that, as Casual X actually gets demeched also. So they're going to be able to sort of push on in and gets killed here. And it's only going to be Sensic and Luna here up at the top, as Trinehart here is going to try to wrap around and see if he can actually get anybody else. Oh, Luna got hooked. Oh, and luckily she did not die, as Trinehart here is going to be wrapped around by himself into the back, but he plays the good decoy dummy there into the back, as the Hanzo ult will come through and split the team off, and Big Green there ended up on the wrong side of the Hanzo ult. Gets taken out as Luna actually reses APOC here. They've actually pushed the payload to a point which is not necessarily great here for the offense, as they're going to have to go and reset, as Rydarius and Casual X finish off the rest of Rinse and Shine.
Yeah, I think so. Rinse and Shine's playing a really kind of anti-dive, anti-Genji comp. You know, the Roadhog can hook him, McCree can flashbang. You know, Moira is really good against Genjis because it's unblockable damage and it just seeps out.
You know, and it looks like a Genji ult here by Rydarius in the tunnel.
Oh.
They try to trap as many people as they could, but unfortunately Rydarius got taken out. So therefore, he only got 1 with that pick, but I don't know if it was going to be as useful as they wanted it to be. Sensic, though, does take out Trinehart. So therefore, they are still up 1 here, and waiting for the Paper Monk and Trinehart to sort of come back. As 1:37 here left on the clock, as the time keeps ticking down here for the offense. As they're sort of trying to push through on 66, Phoenix here waiting for the rest of the team, trying to see if there's going to be any last-minute switches. They're going to need to use ults here to sort of push through. Its pause, Transcendence here is going to be really, really big, and another ult here by Phoenix sent into the back. Doesn't get anyone there. She's been really, really good there with those Diva Bombs. Unfortunately, gets nothing there, but APOC and Sensic go down. But Sensic does get res, as an Earth Shatter comes through by Paper Monk here to finish off Rydarius. And now it looks like Audit has to pull out the Transcendence here, but they're trying to sort of hold as best they can. And there is the Transcendence here from its paw, saving the team and nullifying the Dragon. Audit gets deleted here, as it's only going to be Sensic here on the high ground with Casual X, who's going to get deleted right away. And that's going to do it. I think they're going to get point A. Nobody else is going to be able to touch here, as APOC retreats back to join the rest of his team.
Yeah, that should be a capture. I really like how Rinse and Shine's playing this. I think they've finally kind of gotten into the rhythm of how this comp works. And you know, Tryhard obviously switched over from Roadhog to Tracer because we wanted a little bit more backline pressure and mobility to do so. So I think this is working pretty well so far, and they're coming up on a lot of ults.
Yeah, and they're coming up to a lot of ults here, and APOC is being aggressive, and another dragon here by Sensik does get Big Green, who's trying to avoid it, but now down 2. Looks like Phoenix's mech was taken out. Phoenix was taken out shortly thereafter, but the rest of looks like Rinse and Shine gets taken out here. The doors closed, and they're able to get a good sort of hold here right at the door. So the problem with a payload being stuck here is that there are only really 2 ways to come in onto this payload, which is through this narrow hallway and through the doors here. So that's going to be problematic here for Rinse and Shine.
This is a really rough place to get stopped. Because you have such a small, narrow area to come through onto the payload from.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to try to get, trying to use an ult here to get out, and they do get APOC here into the back. They're going to basically ult. Oh, it looks like Ryderis here pulps the blade, trying to get anybody that he can. He gets Itfall, and he's going after Lumbo here, and finally gets him here into the background as the rest of the fight here is happening here on the point. As it looks like a Diva Bomb here is just trying to sort of stop and sort of stall the point here, but WSOL get a good stop here with 1:30 left on the clock.
Yeah, they're getting really split up, which when they do that is going to let WSOL's dive be so much more effective. Like on first point, their plan that worked was just kind of bunker up and then let them engage and then punish them for it. And they're not, and they have to be all 6 grouped up in order to do that, and they're not sticking together.
Yeah, and the thing about it is like these dragons that are being used aren't necessarily killing people, but what they're doing is they're splitting the team up really, really well. And APOC gets blown up here by Phoenix, who gets another good bomb off, but they lose Tryhard to Sensik here on this engage. The payload has backed itself up all the way to the door pretty much, but they've decided that they're going to basically fight WSOL up front and let the payload sort of roll back, which is probably the right decision here. You want to take the fight in a good location to you, not to them. So good stuff here by Rinse and Shine as they're able to get movement here, but they're going to be drawn into another fight right away as the engage actually starts early here from WSOL as they've actually engaged here on the bridge with only 19 seconds left. It's going to be big whoever wins this fight because overtime is going to come in and it's going to delay a lot of the people in, but Tryhard, their big kill on APOC, who immediately gets rezzed, but the blade here by Ryderis gets into the back but doesn't take anything out. So he gets taken out, and that blade was actually nullified there by a Transcendence. Good stuff there, but nobody on the point! Oh no! Oh, I didn't notice it as overtime ticked down. They couldn't get there. They were winning that fight, and they couldn't get there as time clicked down. Big mistake there by Rinse and Shine. And they thought they might have had that fight won, but instead nobody on the payload. And WSOL here have the ability to take this to a map 5. That's where they need to take the payload here to the first bend here on point B. My goodness, Ad, what happened?
What a C9. Oh, that hurt to watch. And you know, you can tell that they don't really have anyone whose main focus is about, you know, payload management. I think Phoenix, probably as Diva, should have been more concerned with making sure that someone's on the payload because it's really easy for her to touch and then kind of survive on there. So that was rough to watch.
Yeah, and that is very, very problematic for the sense that they needed to get at least point B, because point C on 66 is a hard point. It's a 50-50 point when it comes to getting through. So WSOL here needs to get full held for Rinse and Shine to win, or they want to hold them like right at the door where WSOL held Rinse and Shine. But this is going to be, they've made their job a lot harder here to win 66. So WSOL here going with the dive, and they're going to be basically just sort of jumping on top of big girls and trying to sort of get anybody that they can here. And notice that you've got Itzpaw here on the Brigitte, and they're expecting the dive here, and they're expecting them to sort of jump on in, and Itzpaw's job is to basically stun the diver and immediately delete them as soon as when they get stunned and stopped here on top of the girls.
This is a different take on anti-dive. And we want to see if this works out better for them than their offense attempt was.
Yeah, and Lumbo actually takes out Rydaris like right away. So that they're gonna have to burn their reds there on that unless they feel like that they're just not going to use it here and going to want to use it here on the offensive push. That they think it's just too close, so that's gonna be okay for them. So they see the comp here. And they don't actually dive in, as APOC is actually staying on the ground. Maybe he feels like he doesn't want to get baited into jumping up there. Rydaris is the one who actually does go up there after coming back after getting killed initially right away. But Papermonk takes out APOC here, and they are actually getting sort of slowed down here on this push, as Casual also gets demeched. Phoenix here going a little forward, trying to sort of see if they can get any more sort of kills here, but they're backing up here, and they're going to let WSOL come to them.
Yeah, I'd like to see Phoenix play a little bit more aggressive. Not necessarily too much, but to just be kind of the main person kind of chasing people down, because the rest of the team is really non-mobile.
Yeah, and they dropped the bongo there just to sort of scare off WSOL. But they're burning off pretty decent time here. Rydaris actually gets taken out. So 6v5 again, as it looks like the Trinehart actually was looking for the ult there into the back, but Luna got picked off, who was going in for a crazy res there. She had gotten a whole bunch of them off earlier, but I guess that wasn't going to happen there. They didn't allow her to do it. Now 2:22 here left on the clock, as APOC is finally back, but they're going to have to wait on their mercy. And APOC not getting those jumps right. I think he wanted to get to the top of Big Earls, but still doesn't get it there, as they're still holding there right at the top. Phoenix comes in with a bomb. They're not going to be able to block that, but nobody in the back there. Actually, Casual X gets demeched. They actually get the demech there, but Papermonk gets taken out here. So they lose their Orisa, and that is a huge, huge part of this defense. Rydaris gets trapped up onto the back, but is not going to get killed. Luna gets killed again as they get a little bit of push here onto the point. Lumbo takes out Rydaris. They're going to use their ult here to sort of push the WSOL back, because that Orisa is going to take forever to get back here, and they're going to force the reset out. And this is going to be it, folks. Here comes Papermonk back. They've got their 6 back, and the engage actually is going to be stalled in. They're going to be... No, they're not going to be changing. Look at the ult advantage here from WSOL. They're going to need to burn all of them to actually get to this point. Luna actually preemptively pops the wings here to sort of get the attack in going forward. Rydaris actually gets the blade out, and they also send in the dragon here to just sort of take out as many people as they can. Kills going all the way for WSOL here. They're getting all the kills that they need here. Phoenix here in the back was unable to sort of get anybody. Now is going to get staggered, and they're not going to kill her. They're going to wait a little bit, and there, Rydaris finishes it off, but with a minute left, they're going to get 230 here onto the second point, and this is where they're going to have to hold them in order to actually win this map, Prince and Shine, or we're going to a map 5.
Yeah, they only have just under 50 meters to go, which, when you have such a crazy spawn advantage like the attackers do on point 2 of Route 66, it's going to be really difficult for Rinse and Shine to actually pull this out for 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to try, though. So, like, the idea here is they need to get a kill and then just sort of go in there with the death ball. Casual X actually comes in deep. And that's not going to be good. Oh, but that bomb doesn't really get anybody, and look how close they are now to the golden box of victory, as it looks like Audit Decant actually comes out with the Transcendence here to sort of keep this fight going, but Casual X gets demeched here, and they're getting pushed back, as Trinehart is in the back, actually takes out Casual X. APOC not getting any joy here with the Winston. They've got to be careful here. They don't want to waste too many chances, as they're falling back here with 2:22 left on the clock.
Yeah, that was a really big defensive hold there, because now they're getting WSL right where into they want them.
Yeah, Rydaris here uses the blade, and Sensic does take out Big Green, so they lose one of the supports here on defense. But immediately now, push is coming really, really through. Lumbo with a big 2K here with the tire, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Phoenix here actually sets the bomb off to see if she can get anybody left. onto the point. The golden box of victory is right there. Right, Darius is pushed up, and now a Hanzo Dragon just to zone everybody out to the point. Looks like that's going to stop anybody from coming in. We're going to a map 5. WSOL here take Route 66, 2-1.
Play of the game.
All right, so map 5 it is. You saw the play of the game there by Rydaris, and it's going to be a very going to be a tight map here, as we're going to go to Oasis. And as you've seen with the scores, Lijiang Tower was actually won by Rinse and Shine there. So looks like WSOL will need to take Oasis to win this map. Rinse and Shine here getting the early win on Control. So we're going to be right back. Quick break here as they get some switches in for both teams. It will be Oasis here for the tie break. Who will take this win? WSOL or Rinse and Shine? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
Yuga wa ga teki wo kurau! が敵を食らう
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
You が我が敵を食らう
Welcome to Oasis.
All right, folks, here it is for all the marbles. We are in Gardens to start off Oasis here, and it is tied 2-2 between Rinse and Shine and WSOL. I want to make sure I've got my overlays correct. They are indeed correct. Statistics update here for both teams. We are in a 5th map, but both teams have played Oasis a tremendous amount of times here. WSOL's record here on Oasis is 5-2, whereas Rinse and Shine is a 2-7 record, a losing record, and not a map that they really like. Do you think past history will come into play here for both teams?
Yeah, I'm sure it's part of it. You know, with a tournament like this, there's a lot of player turnover on rosters, so past performance isn't necessarily indicative of future performance. But I know Rinse and Shine has had a lot of the same core roster for a while, so I think it's part of it. And there's probably a psychological part too, where they're like, like this map, we don't really do well on this map, and they might be psyching themselves out, and it might affect their performance.
Yeah, now that might happen. So, it looks like here they're going to go in. WSOL going in with the dive here, with modified dive, with Sensik here on the pharmacy, and on the other side, it looks like Paper Monk is going with Phoenix. It's going with Phoenix on the D.Va here, but with a pharmacy of their own, because this is Gardens. So the Pharah here is very powerful, and as I say that, Sensik gets taken out by Lumbo here, so they're going to have to use the res here to get Sensik out, but Audit Decant gets taken out there by Phoenix, who gets demeched on the way out. So looks like some trades just going back and forth here by the team. Here, Trinehard staying alive here to Casual X. Now it's Paw using that power of the Brigitte there, takes out the D.Va, and now first blood here on Oasis goes to Rinse and Shine. Sensei comes back to rockets to his face, and unfortunately staggers himself and is unable to sort of do anything here, mistiming that return right back. So that's going to cost him some ult percentage here, as APOC is getting ready to sort of dive on in and pick a target here. But they're going to wait on Sensei. So APOC's got to be super careful here. Doesn't want to sort of use up and sort of feed ult charge here to the other team. As now he drops the shield here and is like sort of attacking on the other side of where they normally sort of come in. Diving in onto a comp here with a Brigitte can be a bit troubling, as Lumbo actually takes Rydaris out, and Casual X there gets deleted right away. Luna gets Rydaris back up, but they're still down one here, and that big one is big because there's no D.Va here to protect people. Rydaris unable to sort of do anything here as the Genji diving in onto this Brigitte comp. APOC and Sensik are above everybody here, and as APOC is trying to sort of do anything again, he's gonna have to sort of dive out, but he's taking Luna along for the ride here, so she's got to be super careful. Rydaris gets taken out again as a D.Va bomb here gets placed out in the front, as Casual here has to use the bomb to remech back onto the point. Here 65% already developed as APOC here trying to use his ult to sort of get anybody off the point. Casual back onto the point here, and as a barrage actually comes through from Sensik, who gets nothing but death from Lumbo here, as now they're going to have to back up again, and at 78%, it's looking grim here for WSOL.
Yeah, they're really not pulling out when they need to. They're overstaying when they need to just pull out, reset, and get another fight in.
Yeah, and that might cost them here, but we're at 92% here. This is going to go 99 for sure now as the fight as you engage. Big Earth Shatter here catches APOC into the middle. He stays alive, thank God, dude. He must thank Audit Decant there for the help. Rydaris finally gets Trinehart down, and now the kills here are going to go the way of WSOL. Lumbo gets Audit Decant on the barrage there. Probably didn't need to use it, but they're fighting back as APOC actually takes Phoenix out. Finally, though, they're going to get this point out, but they really had to burn a lot of ults there on the side of Rinse and Shine. They might have wanted to save them here and just sort of give it up at 99 in order to give themselves an easy take. But WSOL here now are going to develop about 3 or 4 ults here, so it's going to make it a lot harder for Rinse and Shine to take this point.
Yeah, they threw a lot of ults into that dead fight, and they would have probably loved to have Barrage and Deadeye available coming into this.
Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a dry push here for Rinse and Shine. I would stick to this death ball, stay tight, stay together, and focus in on a target and build up your ults. You might not win this fight, but you got to stay close here and make sure that everybody is in and around you, and you just want to sort of not let the fight last too long, but at the same time, don't use any ults if you do develop them during this fight. So now they're sort of stuck here. They're sort of in between two mines. Haven't decided if they want to go out yet. Actually, Trinehart actually takes out Audit Decant, so that's a pretty big kill here. They're going to get, I think that's going to get Res Bike back unless they don't have it. Rydaris forces the Genji Blade out, so they do get an ult out coming out here for Rinse and Shine. For WSOL, excuse me. So they use the blade, and Sensik actually just finishes up the job. They're able to get some percentage back up here on Rinse and Shine, but didn't develop any ults in that push.
No, they didn't build any. Well, I mean, they have Rally now, and they'll have Phoenix's D.Va Bomb up very soon.
Okay.
So they're gonna have some stuff to work with, but WSOL has a lot of powerful ults, and Rinse and Shine doesn't have anything defensive yet.
Yeah. So Rinse and Shine here, they're going to be coming out with the rally here, and this is the fight that they want to win. Here comes it. Oh, the Genji ult here does not take anybody out, and neither does the bomb. So 2 ults wasted there with no kills. Casual X here sort of uses the bomb there and catches Big Green in the back. That was a huge kill. Big kill there in the back, losing the Mercy. Earth Shatter comes through, but Sensik saving everybody's bacon there with the barrage. And a counter barrage here coming out by Lumbo. And now it looks like it's going to be Casual X left on the point. They want to make sure they're able to get anybody here. And now the fight's going to last. This is a 99-99 fight here. So it looks
almost
like
touch.
Almost. There is like Big Green here coming in with the res. We'll get Phoenix come back. Can Phoenix get back in the mech? Yes, Phoenix gets back in the mech as Audit Decant gets taken out. And now the fight here is just going to be devolving into a brawl, as it only tanks left here from WSOL and Rinse and Shine. But now Sensik on the Tracer is able to wipe people out. Nobody be able to touch here from Rinse and Shine, and WSOL Gets one of two here. They need one more, and it will depend on the next map. I'm thinking Rinse and Shine will plays a better sort of shield comp, but we're going to City Center, and this does not look good here for Rinse and Shine.
This is not the map that Rinse and Shine wanted to show up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a huge dive map here, and with Paper Monk really going probably on the Reinhardt, he's going to be very static here versus Apoc's dive and WSOL. So this is problematic here for Rinse and Shine. But who knows? Let's see if they can sort of pull it out here, because we don't know what's going to happen yet. So therefore, they're going to depend here a lot on Lumbo to get a lot of these kills up in the air. So if he can get a couple quick picks here, then this comp is not going to necessarily be very, very bad at all. So Apoc, they're going to go for the high ground right away as Lumbo sort of stays up here. He's got to make sure he manages his jetpack a little better, though, because he's not been able to sort of stay up in the air as long. Reinhardt, though, gets Sensic, so that's a kill that they want. And Lumbo gets Audit to Can't, so it's gone right here for Rinse and Shine. So therefore, they're just going to try to sort of finish out the rest here of WSOL. As Luna goes down here and Casual gets T-Mech, Paper Monk gets a big charge here, and they're going to get the initial first point take here on City Center. Good job here by Rinse and Shine.
Yeah, that was a huge first take, because for the composition that Rinse and Shine's running, they're going to have a much easier time defending the point than they would attacking it, because they can make use of the high ground if they want. They can defend from there, or they can try to hold them at the chokes, because there's only two ways into the point, really, and it's two identical, very choky doorways.
Exactly, and here they've chosen the left, but Sensic actually takes Reinhardt right away, so they lose their range, but that's immediately going to get rezzed. I heard immediately that was going to go up. So Reinhardt here is going to focus trying to take Sensic out, and Sensic actually gets taken out by Lumbo here as the fight continues. Its Paw is here on the ground getting forced on by Casual X, and 2 kills here by Ryderis in the background here. This is not going the way that Rinse and Shine wanted to. Phoenix here got split as he went for Audit to Can't. They need to stay together. The whole point of this comp here is that they want to sort of run tight and high on the high ground, but them getting split up is very, very problematic. Now Phoenix here going for the extended stall and a bomb here. Great bubble there by Apoc. That bomb's not going to do very much as Phoenix gets deleted here. As Paper Monk here on the point, just sort of stalling as best he can. Finally, they get the point at 60%.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of where they took that defense from. I think being on the high ground as Reinhardt D.Va doesn't really do too much for you. Whereas if you could have held them in, that main choke that pretty much every team always comes through, you can get so much more value out of it.
Oh, and Paper Monk got sent off the map there, Sensic, with a lucky boot. So that's going to stall them up a little bit here. Going to buy them about 5 or 6 percentage points before Paper Monk is going to come back here. So they're going to have to wait. But you're right, they're playing a ground and pound comp. They should probably have held at the door, because holding it high is just going to be a little bit problematic. But look at all the ults here developed by both teams. It's going to be an ult fiesta here onto the point, as Phoenix and Paper Monk are going to the left side and probably going to try to get to the high ground here, or maybe not. They're going to wait for the rest of their team. There they are. So they're going to try to take the elevator up. And it looks like Reinhardt there gets Ryderis. He was dead-eyeing, and Ryderis tried to get into the face of Reinhardt, but immediately kills going both sides here as Ryderis gets charged out. And Vantage here now with Rinse and Shine. They got to get to the point here to finish everybody else off, as it looks like here the rest of WSOL has sort of fallen to the back side here. Audit to Can't and Casual X sort of falling back as Apoc here is trying to sort of push up and do whatever he can. Audit to Can't pulls out the Transcendence here onto the point, and they're trying to sort of hold it off as best as they can. Big shatter there by Paper Monk here. Catches Casual X, who was demeched. And now it's a matter of stalling here for WSOL. Apoc here running around trying to see if he can just sort of keep time going, as Sensic has now finally come back along with Ryderis. He gets finally deleted. Luna XE actually gets taken out, and now it's just Ryderis here on the point. They want to take him out here in order to sort of get this point. They're going to try to delay it to like 99 if they can. There's still a person on the point as Audit and Casual come back. This fight is going on forever. They can't kill Ryderis, and it's taking its toll here as a D.Va bomb here actually gets popped into the map, takes out Audit Camp, but Ryderis actually pulls out the Genji Blade and takes out Big Green and Phoenix. And now this fight is going the wrong way here as the Lumbo actually takes out the ult, but only Sensic gets a kill here onto Paper Monk. we're in overtime here, and they haven't been able to clear it out in Casual X, and It's Paul trying to stall as best as he can. Overtime ticks down, and WSOL here take the victory 2-0 here on Oasis.
How did they lose that? That was such a messy cleanup, and that was like 40% of the point that they got, that WSOL got, just during the kind of staggered, just buying time phase. That was such a turnaround, and I think that was really on Rinse and Shine just not focusing targets and being able to clear these people off the point.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're absolutely right there. It was just WSOL was able to sort of stall and allowed them to sort of focus and do what they needed to do. And unfortunately, Rinse and Shine was unable to sort of get it together and just basically get it together and basically take the to sort of take the win there. But Rinse and Shine, unfortunately, unfortunately, does not get the win on Oasis, and the final score is 3-2 to WSOL. Final thoughts there, Ad, on this entire match. Rinse and Shine definitely did give it a go here to WSOL, but WSOL gets the win that I think a lot of people thought that they were going to get, but it was a battle all the way through.
Yeah, I think Rinse and Shine, I think WSOL just kind of as a overarching plot to this matchup was they just made less mistakes. I think that's what really won them. They played their comps. They played more to the effect of their comps and took advantage of the weaknesses of the enemy team's comps, and they all played together, and they just made less mistakes, and I think that's what won them the match.
I think you're absolutely right. So that's going to do it here for us. It is a WSOL victory here over Rinse and Shine, 3-2, 2-0 score here on Oasis. For Ad, I am your caster Horahori. Thank you so much for joining us today, and please hit the follow button if you want. Also, there was a multi-Twitch that's pasted up. There are games always on Sunday night here on the Owlet, not on my channel, but not just on my channel, but on other channels across Twitch. So stay tuned to your local listings and make sure you catch an Owlet game here. We'll be back on air on my channel specifically on Tuesday. There will be games here on Monday, so just make sure that you check out what games are actually active here for Owlet. But for Ad, I am Horahori. It is a victory for WSOL, 3-2 over Rinse and Shine. Thank you for joining us today, and we've hoped you've had a great viewing experience.
The world could always use more heroes.
優雅我が敵を食らう